Hello and welcome along. This is Virtual Farmer and we're back on Pallegney. I forgot to feed the chickens at the end of last time. While we were actually there, I did feed them last night. I've also fed them again this morning. As you can see from how much we got left in the bucket, they didn't take very much, so I just need to keep a close eye on them. We actually have a full chicken pen, so I want to look at possibly doing something else with them. Back out of here carefully. Oh, actually, we'll go forwards because I need to go and drop the bucket off down the bottom. We've got a fair amount to do on the farm today. We need to get the remaining field, 32. That needs seeding with the cover crop, with the oilseed radish, so we're going to be doing that today. We also need to go and cut the grass. We didn't get the grass cut at the end of September, so we're not going to get the full 4 cuts in this year, unfortunately. But we can go down and get some hay done while it is October, so that will work fine. And yeah, I think that's about it for the jobs that they're doing on the farm today. We might check out and see if there are any contracts, but I think in a quick look earlier I couldn't see anything. Oh, and we might need to do some work on the on our vines as well. Those might need topping or might need mulching, so we're going to give that a try too and see whether we can actually get the end series here to work in the vines. If not, we're going to have to look at an alternative. Right, so let's lift this forwards, and yeah, so we're going to go seeding with this. I have now set this up as my shed. We're going to do we're going to store our tractors in there because that is the best place for them. I also want to sort of set, well, we kind of got an entrance to this field over this side. This is where it was originally, so yeah, we're gonna sort of have that as here. We've got the oilseed radish set up, so we'll set this going and that tractor can get going on that job. Meanwhile, I think I'm going to take the New Holland here and do the mowing with that this time. The N series is normally what we'd go and do this job with, but to be honest, I'm very much enjoying this tractor, and I want to have another go with it. We're going to have a look actually at our vines as we go past. My mower is not down here; it is up this way. Yeah, in here. So yeah, we'll have a look at the vines and see what we need to do there. We definitely need to cultivate between, we need to subsoil between them. We need to mulch between them. I think our mulcher is a bit big for that job. So we're going to need a specialist mulcher, we're going to need a specialist cultivator, or specialist subsoiler, and we need to get some fertilizer on them as well. That is doing absolutely fine, that tractor, so that's good news. And yeah, now that our cows and our chickens are fed, everything should be good. Those are not ready for defoliating yet, so that's good news. We might be able to get in there then and get the other jobs done. This is the oilseed radish. That is looking absolutely fantastic as well. So we'll leave that in the ground now until the springtime, until we want to get that field done. And today we're just going to come in here and get this grass done, which is looking very nice. Actually, back out here, and I need to go round this way first. Doing assist. Okay, whoa, let's not go into the river. I think I might have been saved by the tree then. Yeah, and this tractor is more than capable of doing this, and we don't need more than this mower at the moment, I don't think. We've not got enough grass work to do to require anything any larger. First headland complete, and now that we've only driven over the stuff at the edge of the field, we can come back and cut that, and then that will make the rest of the field do fine. Yep. And once we've done this, it is such a fiddly headland on this field. It really is. It's a great field and brilliant for us for just keeping our cows fed, but it is very, very fiddly to get around this field and get it cut using the GPS. In fact, you can see here, I'm going to turn the GPS lines off because I'm just using the guide of where I've been before to guide me around here, because following the GPS, A, is fiddly, and B, has not worked the whole way around this field. I'm pretty sure I've done the vast majority of my equipment purchasing on the farm now. The only thing that we kind of need is stuff relating to the vines and sort of maintaining those. So those aren't going to be too expensive. We do only have 4,500 in the bank at the moment because we paid off our loans paid off a good chunk of our loan last time. So I think we might see exactly where we are with this, and maybe try and get that. Try and get some of that equipment. As I said, we're going to need a subsoiler. We're going to need a mulcher. The mulcher is going to be our first item, and if we can get in there and get that done before the winter, that will do us very well. We're not expecting, well, we might end up being able to defoliate next month. That would be really good, and I'd like to jump ahead because we spent a lot of time in sort of late summer and autumn. So yeah, we kind of want to get moving and try and get the other side of winter to get our fields planted, which really means that this is the last harvest or the last cut we need to do of the year. All of our fields are planted. It really is just any work that needs doing on the vines that hold us up going into the winter, and possibly getting something to process our crops, because at the moment we're making stuff from the grapes, we are making stuff from the milk, we are not yet creating any flour, so we need to get a windmill in as well. And this is the thing, this is why I think we could possibly do with some more contracts. There isn't really anything available for us that is worth the time to go and have a crack at them. If we have a look in here, there's a massive cultivating contract on field 40 that I think we could get the other two as well, and as usual, it's the big tractor. So we will borrow that, and we will accept on 13, and we will also accept on 83. So 83, I don't think these contracts could be much further away from each other, to be honest. We've got 83 up the top there. We got 13 down the bottom here, and then we got 40 here. So I'm going to get this field finished off. Then we'll go and get the cultivator up to that top and get that started. Hopefully that won't take too long, and then we can come back down here and we can get this field tethered, make some hay, and go from there. Final row, and this will be all the grass cut, and we can head straight back up to the farm, set up with some tedding, and yeah, we'll make a lot of money today based off that cultivator. Entering a new area of the map now that I've not really seen before, and this is we're getting deep into the forestry areas here. I do love this about contracts, and I actually was just thinking as I was driving over here that these contracts running them in the background like this are just a fantastic way of getting extra money in on your farm and being able to do bits like this. And this, to me, is the best type of contract to do. The cultivating contracts pay really well. They don't require any outlay from you, and you get big machines like this at the cheaper end of the leasing for them. So they're just really, really good ways to earn money for contracts. We're going to earn about 30,000 today from doing these 3 contracts, if we can get them all done in time. Meanwhile, it frees up us to do work around our own farm. And actually, I'm thinking at the moment we need to get some fertilizer onto the wheat field. So I'm going to hook our spreader up to this, and we'll see if we've got some fertilizer to fill this up with. We also need to get the fields that we... Oh no, we actually don't need to roll the field that we're doing, but I think I am going to send my N-Series Voltra down to the bottom. Where is it? It's the shed over here. I'm going to send it down to the bottom, and we can get this working on the tedding, which I think will be really useful for it. I need to put its front weight back on as well, which is sitting over by the cow yard. What I like about this Voltra is it kind of unifies our I nearly said Ford, our New Holland, with our Voltra, in that this is sort of the same-ish colour as the New Holland, and of course it's the same make as the one that we got going on the seeding, which is actually quite cool. Now I wonder, can we get this to head down to the bottom with a hired worker and go and work that field? Let's see. So we are going down the bottom here. We want to create a job for this. Create job. Target position is here. And start it. No, it can't get down there, unfortunately. So I need to send it down there and just set it working. So that's what we'll do. Down to this corner and set it off. Seems to be doing okay. Yeah, unfolding. And we'll just leave it to it. Meanwhile, I think we got a fair amount of fertilizer sitting up top. So let's bring this here. We're going to leave this at 15, width of 15, because that seems to work fairly well for us on our fields. Don't want to jump into my truck. Let's jump into defense. Right, and I need to add the forklifts onto this. And get 2 of those. 2 of the fertilizer pallets down. See if there's a partial fertilizer pallet as well. We've got silage additive, seeds, silage additive, fertilizer 21 liters, solid fertilizer 600. Oh, wow, we've got some serious variation. So that would be, we can take 3,200. I think if we take that one, and 2 of these, that should do us. How much is that? That should be just more than 3,200. So we've got 688, 841, 1,000 and 1,000. Yes, that should do it. That will be just over, which is fine. That's kind of what I expected. Only downside to the way these pallets spawn is they spawn sideways like this. Makes it a little bit more difficult to get them, but not impossible, so we're fine. And if I put the 2 1,000 litre ones in first, then yeah, we should just be left with one that we can put straight back in at the end, that will have about 200 litres in it. And second one in as well. Then after that, we're going to grab the 2 partials that remain. It's in here. Yeah, it's good other than the direction in which they spawn. I think I'd love to take it into the Giant's Editor and just turn that spawn direction around 90 degrees. Because to me, that would make more sense. And that's it. It's full. So let's back up the top, get it out of the way. And then we should have enough, I hope, to do the whole field. It doesn't get used as quickly as the lime does, so it should go on. There it is, and it's in. Perfect. So yeah, let's go spread some fertilizer. So like last time, we will need to fertilize this, or we'll need to set this up properly. During assist, we are going down to 15. There we go. 1 headland. We'll sort of be going around there, and that looks good to me. So, okay, that. Go. And away we go. Yeah, I think doing going round the island up here should pretty much get everywhere, and this will just make all of this really, really good. We should be able to get a sizable yield off here from this as a result. Headland is all done, and we're down to 91%. So actually, not a huge amount of fertilizer used on here, which is very good news. We should be able to get around this whole field without having to refill, which is very good, and will keep our costs down. We hopefully will next year we'll be using some organic fertilizers as well to help keep things going. But to be perfectly honest, the amount that we're using on here and the fact that we've got a cover crop in on our other 2 fields should mean that our fertilizer costs are pretty low this year anyway. That is gonna bode very, very well going into the next year's worth of work on the farm. Next one is a little bit fiddly. We're going either side of the island, so start that up there. And stop that. Stop that. And yeah, doing well. So everything is going according to plan at the moment. Small width on this does seem to be about right for what we're trying to do on our farm. I think a bigger width would be overkill. It's slightly funny that we are keeping this at the smallest width it can spread at to get this job done, and that we are going to be nowhere near using all of the fertilizer that we've got in here. So much so, in fact, that I think I might try and refill this with the fertilizer that we've got in the shed. It's not going to make not going to take it over 3,000 liters, and as a result, we'll be in a good place with it when we come to empty later. We should end up with just 3 big bag pallets in the shed, and that's much easier to manage and when we come to reload this. And I think we only really need to put in here 1,000 liters for any field we're doing, because yeah, we've not used 1,000 liters on here. And with this last row, our field will be finished. Just coming up to the top end here, and we'll go up onto the road so we're not driving on the whole field. Let's check our progress. So looking over here, fertilized. Wow, I've missed a couple of small spots, so I'm going to go and fix those. And then I noticed that our contractor, our quad track has finished, so we need to move that on to the next field because yeah, time is ticking away. Let's fold this up. I think we can nip down the side of this field here, as long as it lets me. Which is not too bad. And we're going to head down to field 13 with this. This field is not as straight along that edge as I thought. So I'm on my way over to field 3 and something has turned up in the shop that I can't really ignore. We've got an Antonio Carrero Mac R, which I think, if I'm correct, is a well, I think that's a vine tractor, and actually a useful vine tractor for us. So we're going to nip between this field here with the other side of field 14, and we want to be at field 13, but there's a roadway over here. I don't think we're running over any crop at the moment, so that's good. But yeah, so if that's sitting up at the shop, we want to go and check that out. We'll go drop this off and see what that's about. Really, what I want is a subsoiler and stuff, so we might have to go and test some stuff. We've got an entirely withered field here on 13, so we'll let that get to work there. We're going to pop in here and see exactly what this offer is for. It is, oh, it is for the Mac 4R. This would be a perfect little tractor for us to use in our vines. And can we put, yeah, we can put a front 3-point on it. Yeah, this would be hugely useful for our farm. Really would. And at 39,000, that is very, very good. So that might take the whole thing out of our hands about what we're going to do. 98 horsepower. We have a look at the grape tools. 98 horsepower is enough to run our defoliator. Will it be enough to run any of the other stuff? So 65 horsepower, it would run that. That's a mulcher. That 80 to 100 horsepower. That mulcher is 65 horsepower. That is 90. Yeah, we should have enough horsepower if we got that to run these. So that is I'm gonna have to have a think about that and see how we get on with our cultivating. Our end series has finished, which is great because I have another job for it. Oh, actually, no, we can do this. We can use this tractor to go and do to come down here, row this up, and get this baled. So we'll head down here and do that. Meanwhile, I think we want to get the New Holland out rolling. No, I keep going back to this. I keep saying this, and I'm wrong. We don't need to roll in our cover crops. So the New Holland actually can take a break because we don't have a need for it right now. And it would appear the same is true for the S-Series. The S-Series has also finished work. So we can leave that up here and not worry about either of our other tractors. We just need to get the hay rowed up and baled. So as before, 2 headlands, and yeah, everything else is good. So unfold that, turn it on, drop it down into that corner, and set our GPS so that we can go around the field rather nicely. And yes, it'll be fiddly again, but it'll work. Found that actually just using the GPS lines as a guide and going round the field for the headlands works so much better. That is, yeah, much more flexible. Means that I don't get into situations where things are just flat out wrong, and I don't get pulled off on tangents that make things harder. Much better way of doing this. And when it comes to actually doing the GPS in the middle of the body of the field, it's going to work way better. Contract finished on this field, so we will get this all folded up, and I think we can escape Oh, I don't know if we can escape the field that way. I think we'll have to actually use the road. So let's go and switch this to the big field. It is coming up to 4 o'clock. I have no idea if this can do this in the next 2 hours. If not, we'll do as we normally do. This will work into the evening, complete that contract, and with any luck, that tractor that we're interested in might still be in the shop tomorrow. And then we don't have to worry about the size of the Vulture. We can use that, and we can start getting the vines ready next time. 25 past 4 almost certainly means this tractor is going to be working into the evening, so we'll get it started here. Meanwhile, we've got a couple more rows to go and row up and get baled. And we are done. Got a little bit of a mess on the inner row on far side, but that should all be good. So now just need to fold this up, get back up to the farm, and I think we'll stick the baler on the back of the New Holland to get these baled up. Looking this up, I'm hoping we've got enough bale net left in it to do this field. I think we have. It hasn't. It took most of 2 fields to get it from just above 2 down to where it is now. So I think this should be enough bale net left for the rest of our work this year. And so let's start it up, drop it down. We've got a little bit of hay in here already. I think I must have picked some at the edge of the field, and away we go. This should produce 7 or 8 bales is what we had last time, so that would be a good amount off here this time. I don't think we did any fertilizing this time, so may not be quite as good. A lot fewer bales this time off this field. 1, 2, 3. I think we'll be, if we're lucky, we'll get a 4th. Yeah, not many bales at all. That is such a big difference. We had so many more bales off here last time. I need to make sure we get down here with something to fertilize this field, because that is an incredible difference. Yeah, I think we're going to be lucky to get 4 bales off here. We've got the very last row here, and 92%. Wow. So yeah, not a complete bale, and only 3 and 92%. That is bad. Unload unfinished pallets because I had the automatic drop on, that's why. Okay, we're all done, and our hired worker, our contract is still going. It's about a third, just over a third of the way through the contract, so we'll leave that going overnight. We'll pick up where that is in the morning, and yeah, it's gonna be all systems go on getting those vines ready next time. And I think we might see if we can afford that tractor. For now though, we're gonna leave it here on the farm for today. Thank you for watching. I hope that you've enjoyed this video. Please give it a like, drop us a comment, and give it a share. Huge thank you as well to all of my patrons and channel members. These videos are only made possible thanks to your support. If you want more from Virtual Farmer, please check out the videos on screen now, or subscribe for more. And I will see you next time.